Hey players, so South Carolina didn't waste no time, honey. This morning, the judge sentenced Alex Murdaugh to life in prison without the possibility of parole for the murder of his wife, Maggie, and his son, Paul. Yesterday, after just 3 hours of deliberations and no questions came from the jury, they found Alex Murdaugh guilty of both those murders. And this trial has lasted weeks. And now it's finally over, and Alex Murdaugh has been remanded to prison where he will spend the rest of his life.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm innocent. I would never hurt my wife, Maggie, and I would never hurt my son, Paul.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Murdaugh, I sentence you to the State Department of Corrections on each of the murder indictments in the murder of your wife, Maggie Murdaugh. I sentence you for the term of the rest of your natural life.
The trial was very lengthy, and it came with a lot of surprise evidence. There was actually a trip to visit the crime scene. There was also a situation where one of the jurors had to be removed after it was discovered that the juror had outside communication with 3 people, even though they were supposed to be sequestered. When the judge went to remove that juror from the jury and replace them, that juror said that they left some things in the jury room, and one of them was a dozen eggs.
Replace you with one of the other jurors. Have you brought everything that you have outside of, you left some stuff in there? What do you have in there?
A dozen eggs.
Say it again?
A dozen eggs.
A dozen eggs?
Yeah, one of the other.
Shoot, I don't blame that juror for asking for them eggs back, honey, because eggs are too damn expensive. I bought a dozen the other day, and that shit was $6. I was upset to the highest level of upsettedness. So prosecutors argued that Alex Murdaugh committed these heinous crimes simply because he wanted to buy time. He wanted to change the subject. He was recently asked about missing fees from the law firm, and he had a hearing scheduled later that week in a wrongful death lawsuit stemming from a deadly 2019 boat wreck in which Mallory Beach was killed. Alex Murdaugh and his family had come under intense scrutiny after his son, Paul Murdaugh, had crashed his father's boat into a bridge, killing 19-year-old Mallory Beach and injuring 4 other friends. Murdaugh was facing a multi-million-dollar claim. Prosecutors argued at trial that Alex Murdaugh did not have the missing fees that he was asked about, and he did not have that money for the lawsuit, and his finances were going to come under scrutiny. They were going to be digging into his finances to find that he may have stolen up to $9 million. In fact, Alex Murdaugh was charged with that crime after the murders of his wife and son. Now, Alex Murdaugh has always claimed innocence. He did not hurt his wife and son. During the trial, he took the stand and claimed that he had a prescription drug addiction, and that made him paranoid about law enforcement. The prosecutors were able to bring up a lot of evidence, including video footage recovered from Paul's phone that placed Alex Murdaugh at the murder scene with both victims 4 minutes before they were killed, shredding his alibi. All right, players. So most people are saying that Alex Murdaugh is finally facing justice after all of the things that he has done. I encourage you to watch the documentary on Netflix. It's very, very good about this situation. Put your thoughts in the comments. This is Double D Mobile reporting for the Black Accurate News.
Time is slipping away from me.